The HotelPlanner Tour has made its way from Poland to the stunning coastal setting of Val Óbidos, a location famed for its history and nearby surfing, alongside a golfing haven that stages the Open de Portugal at Royal Óbidos Spa and Golf Resort. It's the sixth and final occasion the venue will play host to the tournament, as it welcomes the players for the 25th HotelPlanner Tour event of the year. Just over an hour north of Lisbon, the Seve Ballesteros design course at Royal Óbidos boasts a 7,200-yard layout, with numerous water hazards, and with the usual winds blowing in off the Atlantic Ocean, a stern test awaited the players. One of those hoping to overcome the challenge was Englishman James Morrison. Earlier this season, James was our featured player at the NTT Data Pro-Am and was at a crossroads in his career, returning to the HotelPlanner Tour for the first time since 2009 and focused on bouncing back onto the biggest stage.
I think the two concerns are probably my attitude and my iron play, really. It feels like walking over eggshells, all on me and all on my shoulders, that maybe I'm lacking that burning desire to succeed inside, maybe, I don't know. And it's easy when you can see a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's very hard to see that right now. So the one place I want to be is not here, but that's part of the job, and you've got to deal with it and get on with it. I was in a pretty dark place at the end of last year, the start of the year, and when we did our player and profile in South Africa, I shouldn't have been there. I wasn't ready mentally to be there, which then affected my game, and it was a pretty tough time then, and it's taken a lot of digging deep and a lot of soul searching, and actually you've gone full circle now, and I feel like I'm in a great place, and whatever happens, happens. Just lost in every aspect, really. I mean, kind of going away, I didn't see it for what it was, didn't see it for the challenge that was in front of me, and to pass that challenge and get through that test. And I've changed coaches, I've changed all my equipment, I've spoken deeply with my family, I've spoken with my friends, and kind of, it's all part of professional sport at the highest level. And the mental game is another side of the game. That was the main driving force for my game to deteriorate, and you get lost in it all. It just came to a head and I couldn't deal with it anymore. And there's a lot of unhappy guys out on tour who never deal with it, and we never will deal with it. And that was kind of the turning point, really. It was either do or die, so to speak. And I'd lost me as a person and that kind of happy-go-lucky kind of persona, and I didn't like that, and it was affecting everything. And we drew a line in the sand, so to speak, as I'm sitting in the sand now, pardon the pun, but we have to be about golf again. And I drove over my little Mini over to France, got the tunnel over, and I was listening to music, and for the first time ever, my head went up, and I could see the horizon, I could see the trees, I could see what was going on, and it was a real turning point. When I got to Planouf, and I knew when I got there, this is my course, this is my time to kind of really start to play my own game again. And after day two, I just almost knew I was going to win. It just felt right.
Morrison with the second shot downwind, nearly holding it, but he would tap in for a first birdie of the day to go to 7 under par.
But my mentality got me through over the finish line. It proved to me that my game is driven around not being perfect, and I did that. And it was a difficult golf course, and I was more proud of the fact how I dealt with my emotions throughout the round and how they came to the end and through the playoff, and that's what I was most proud of, really, because where I'd been before that, it was very hard to get into that position, and I'd been there and I did it.
He played this beauty to leave himself a good chance for the par 4.
I got back to just being about the golf. I had to do it for myself more than anything. That's kind of what I've got out of it, is we get so wrapped up in our golf bubble, and I've made some great friends through the tour, and I'm in a better spot with my life, and I'm eternally grateful for what journey I've been on, really.
And Morrison converted the Sansei for a first win in over a decade, And after more than 2 years without a top 10 and a tough start on his return to the HotelPlanner Tour, it could prove to be a career-saving victory.
Obviously, I would love to get my card back, and that's obviously the ultimate goal. And obviously 4 events if I get in the grand final, which hopefully I will do. That's 5. And obviously the last 3 are big points. I'm not miles behind. It's quite a bunch, I think, in that part of the order of merit. But also I need some big weeks because the points are top heavy. The HotelPlanner is a way better tour now than it was 15, 16 years ago when I played it. We get looked after great. And it's been a really, really good surprise, and I was dreading it, but actually I've had a great time. I really, really enjoyed it. And a big shout out to David Law, because David Law, me and him have spent some time together this year, and he dragged me along with him at the same time. We lost our card together last year, and I've tried to follow him and be dragged along by Davey, and he's leading the order of merit now, and his hard work has paid off, and he deserved every single minute of his success this year. And I've tried to kind of follow that a little bit and trying to kind of keep up with momentum. And he's been great for me to kind of have a friend like that who's in the same position, but he's gone, right, I'm getting back. Golf's got a great way of when you think you've made it to the top, it just brings you all the way back down to the bottom of the rope again. You've got to start climbing again, and that's on a daily basis, and I've tried to really enjoy that challenge and embrace the challenge of playing golf again, and that's kind of what's got me through this year.
Round 1 in Portugal saw James tee off alongside his good friend David Law and home favourite Pedro Figueiredo. And our featured player got off to the perfect start. A chip-in birdie at his first hole, the par 4 10th. Morrison was playing well, but the putter wasn't joining in. A number of missed opportunities saw the Englishman record 6 consecutive pars before bogeys at the par 4 17th and par 5 18th saw him make the turn in 37. Disaster struck on the par 4 second hole, making a double bogey 6 before a bounce-back birdie on the par 3 third hole looked to have reinstated some momentum. Then this excellent chip to save par at the par 3 8th hole showed his class. Spurred on, Morrison would birdie the par 4 9th hole, coming in 35 for a 1 over par round of 72, so work to be done after a mixed bag on day 1.
Good and bad. I started off lovely actually. The first chipped in at the first or 10th hole and lovely all the way around the middle bit there, the front of the back 9, my front 9, and hold nothing, which is unlike my game. Normally it's the other way round, and a bit of a wobble halfway through the middle of the round, and a couple of water balls, and kind of that put paid to the low round, and after that you're on the back foot a little bit, and just trying to kind of see what you can do before the clubhouse hits, and make tomorrow a little bit easier than it can be.
Enjoying a more successful start was Italy's Renato Paratore, 6th on the Road to Mallorca rankings and seeking a 3rd title of the season. With it, instant elevation to golf's top table on the DP World Tour. A 6 under par 65 saw Renato in a group 1 off top position, held by Lars van Meel, heading into the second round. Friday morning had seen thick fog delay proceedings at Royal Óbidos, with the majority of the field having their tee times pushed back by almost 2 hours. When the skies cleared, Morrison, Law and Figueiredo would eventually tee off at 15:03 from the first hole. Morrison started well. This approach at the long par 4 second hole setting up a chance for birdie. His playing partner and Road to Mallorca #1 David Law holed this birdie putt. And after many missed opportunities on Thursday, Morrison joined him in the red for the day. Morrison was looking confident, and why wouldn't he? With his short game taking advantage of the par 5 fifth with another deft chip, leading to a second birdie of the day. A bogey at the par 3 8th would follow, and he would go out in 34. But with his newfound sense of positivity, James pushed on. At the top of the leaderboard, Morrison's good friend and playing partner David Law was chasing down a third win of the season, and with it, automatic promotion to the DP World Tour. This tee shot at the par 3 15th set up another birdie to get to 9 under. A clean card and a joint low round of the day, one off the lead. Morrison responded with a touch of class of his own, with this difficult up and down to save par and maintain momentum. With the light fading fast and the hooter already blown, he would charge down the final hole and had this chance for birdie on the 18th. It slipped by, but a round of 68 saw the Englishman rise 50 places up the leaderboard to 2 under for the tournament, 8 shots behind Quim Vidal, as the weather-affected second round was suspended.
Played better today, yeah, better than yesterday. Kept the score going quite nicely, and good par saves in the middle of that back nine there that kept it going. But that's what I'm good at, and I've done that for so many years now that that's kind of come second nature. But battled away and then finished in the dark there quite nicely. Exactly. I mean, that's the same chat we had the other day about how I've been bad in my career of not doing that, and I feel like I've done that today. Got through the line. The scoring hasn't gone very far away. What's it? -8 is only 6 behind third or fourth. So get out tomorrow with a good score. You never know.
Coming up, we reflect on 5 years of the Open de Portugal at Royal Óbidos. And we'll discover who added their name to that list of winners. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to the HotelPlanner Tour, and we're in Portugal for event 25 as the season-ending grand final fast approaches. At the halfway stage at Royal Óbidos, it was Quim Vidal at the top of the leaderboard, 1 shot clear of our current Road to Mallorca #1 David Law, who would be heading into the weekend with the 3rd win of the season in his sights, and with it, of course, the tantalising prospect of that automatic promotion to the DP World Tour. To find out who were the movers and shakers on Saturday, let's join our commentator, Kit Alexander.
Lucas Nemec lies 38th in the Road to Mallorca ranking, so he needed a big week. And this birdie put him into a tie for the lead at the first. The Austrian added 4 more red numbers and 1 bogey to shoot a 67. David Law started the day 1 behind Vidal at the top, and this superb birdie putt swinging from the left at the first, coupled with a Vidal bogey meant a 2-shot swing. Law, though, bogeyed the second and birdied 5. The 25-year-old Vidal hit this absolutely lovely tee shot at the par 3 third. He couldn't convert the putt though, and that somewhat summed up a disappointing day for the overnight leader, +1 to drop back to tied 9th. Law was going along nicely. This chip, his 3rd shot at the par 5 7th. That set up birdie number 3 of the day for him, and he made it 3 in a row by picking up shots at the 8th and 9th to move to 13 under par. Challenge de Cadiz winner Rocco Repetto Taylor had the low round of the day with a magnificent 63. This excellent third from the bunker on 18 led to his 9th birdie and moved him into tied 2nd. Lars van Meel had an up and down round, 4 bogeys, 4 birdies, and an eagle here at the 11th after this simply stunning second shot. that all added up to a 69 as he ended the day in tied 5th on -10. David Law had reeled off 8 pars in a row on the back 9, and this was his 3rd shot into the par 5 closing hole. It set up an excellent look for birdie. Unfortunately though, the Scot wasn't able to hole it, so he tapped this one in for par to complete a 67 that put him in pole position going into the last round.
Rocco Repetto-Taylor and Lucas Nemec were sat a shot behind the leader at the end of day 3. Another Scot, Jack McDonald, produced a 65 to move 2 shots behind, and round 2 leader Quinn Vidal fell back to 9 under, but the man they were all chasing was David Law.
It was a really good day. I mean, I got off to quite a fast start, hold a nice putt in the first, and then I finished the front 9 with a few birdies. So the turn at 4 under was amazing. You know, it was great. I would have liked to have picked up a couple coming in, but I'm in a good spot. I played well. You know, obviously I felt pressure out there today. I'll feel, you know, a lot of pressure out there tomorrow. So it's nice to sort of get the nerves going again today, and hopefully again tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see where we're at.
Royal Óbidos has proved a staunch supporter of Portuguese golf down the years, having played host to the tournament since 2020. But this year's edition saw the venue stage the event for the final time before it moves to pastures new next year.
It's a wonderful opportunity for us, not only in terms of tourism. I think for Óbidos area and for the local community is great. You know, it's such a beautiful course. This lovely weather we have always. The food is always good, but also for the players. You know, I think we have a squad, the Portuguese squad. We have good players. They want to have they need opportunities to play. We get about 42 or 43 wildcards from HotelPlanner Tour, which is also very important for them, for their careers, to start to play in front of these guys with top class players. So it's very important for us to have the tournament here.
It's a special venue. I think it's a bit different from what we've been playing. I think all the professionals love it. The weather is usually very good here. The course is always in great conditions. I think it's one of the best events of the year, and I love it here. I feel at home. I'm really close, so it's just a very special event.
We are very happy and we are very thankful to the owners of Obidos, because it was fantastic these last 5 years.
Winners Higo, Schneider, Pinot, Penge and O'Shrine all enjoyed their moments in the Portuguese sun in the previous 5 years. But now to the business end of proceedings at this year's event, as we wondered who would add their name to the Roll of Honour in Portugal. Calling the action from the final round, let's return to Kit.
Vidal got his own back on the first hole with this excellent birdie. Just dropping in on the right-hand side, and he would pick up 2 more shots in his first 8 holes to move to -12 and thrust himself into contention for a second win of the season. JC Ritchie started the day 3 shots behind, but he moved a step closer with this game at the opening hole, and the South African added a second birdie of the day at the 5th. Overnight leader David Law bogeyed the 4th, but he got it straight back with this birdie putt at 5. He turned in 1 under par, but a couple of bogeys in the middle of the back 9 halted his progress. Lucas Nemec recovered from a drop at 4 with 3 birdies in a row from the 5th, including this tickly one at the 6th. But 3 bogeys on his back 9 would see him finish tied 5th. Vidal completed the outward half in just 31 strokes, with this birdie at the 9th taking him into a tie for the lead. He added a 5th red number of the day at the 11th. Ritchie made a par at the 9th, After this approach flew a little long and didn't quite spin back enough. The 31-year-old birdied the 12th, but he was back to 12 under par with a bogey at 15. Julien Sal displayed his short game skills to save par at the 14th. The Frenchman notched 5 birdies in a 68 that carried him to 3rd place, his 3rd top 10 of the season. Vidal stuttered on the way home as he dropped shots at the 14th and 17th to slip back to 12 under. He held this for par at the last and a closing 68. But Ritchie took control of the tournament with birdies at 16 and 17 that gave him a 1-shot lead as he played the last. He opted to lay up at the par 5 before playing this superb 3rd shot. Ritchie holed the putt to shoot 66 and post 15 under par. David Law could have forced a playoff with an eagle, but his birdie meant Ritchie was a HotelPlanner Tour champion for the 2nd time this year and the 6th time in total.
Confirmation that Law ended the week in solo 2nd, with Frenchman Julien Sal finishing in 3rd. Spain's Vidal was 4th. There was a 4-way tie for 5th. Our featured player James Morrison tied 21st in the end, but the main celebrations were reserved for a South African.
Unbelievable. I couldn't be more chuffed. The game's been good all season, and I've always loved coming to Portugal. I've always enjoyed staying here, eating here, and I've always felt good, and I really wanted to win this tournament in the start of the week, and I'm really glad that it's now confirmed and solidified, and I can actually try and focus on trying to finish well to try and finish sort of in the top 3 or top 5 or even win the Order of Merit to get into a better position for next year.
With just 4 events of the season to go, David Law still tops the rankings, with this week's winner JC Ritchie hunting him down as he climbs into 2nd now. Vidal's high finish returns him to the top 10. Further down, Repetto Taylor jumps 5 spots into 12th, whilst after finishing in 9th spot at Royal Óbidos, Stefano Mazzoli has sneaked inside the top 20. And with that, we part ways with Portugal, where it was all smiles for our South African winner, JC Ritchie. Up next, the class of 2025 head just north of Rome for the Italian Challenge Open, the final counting event before the top 68 head to China. So join us next time as the pursuit of promotion to the DP World Tour continues.